Welcome back, Abby. Probably won't be on long tonight, to be honest. Can't be asked. I was going to do a long one tonight, but it's not really feeling like it, to be honest. Yeah. Just gonna be like lonely on my own on New Year's Eve. Yeah. So I don't know, probably watch something to just distract myself. But yeah, just gonna be like in here on my own. So yeah. Control the people who go out, I guess, but I don't do that, so yeah. But whatever. I think it's just all the fucking training I've been doing. It's just like it's gonna catch up with you. You're just gonna like, yeah. It's the thing when you just really go hard and it's like you have to just like rest. Yeah, you just gotta not overdo it. I had that feeling earlier when I felt low earlier. Yeah. Just gotta, realize that it's just a phase. It'll go away. Sometimes just walking around can help. Just kind of, sometimes when you're sat around for a while and you can start to feel kind of lethargic and down a bit, and just walking around a bit can help boost your mood. So there's a tip for anyone to help with their mood. They're doing well, you know that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. So sometimes I don't really feel that appreciated, and I don't know. But we can all feel like that sometimes. Yeah. I know, like, people say, oh, you shouldn't be like trying to chase validation and all that, but it's like, it's nice to feel like that your like your existence is appreciated, your service, whatever you're providing. Yeah, hopefully this fucking year is. Hopefully it's not going to be like this year. There's been a few good things to come from this year, I guess. But this year and last year were just. Even the last few years really have been a bit meh. Just feels like, I don't know. It just feels like it's just like I hate all this like stagnation shit, but there has been a few good things. Like I said, I've been getting fitter, and so there's that I can say that has improved, but there's a lot that I could have done that I haven't done, and I should have really concentrated more on street performing and that, but what's done is done. There's no point dwelling over it. There's no point dwelling over things that have happened and there's nothing you can do about it. So dwelling over it's just going to waste time, waste thought on things that it's just futile. So yeah, a rough few years too, and then I'm hoping 2025 will be better. Yeah, a lot of people are feeling like maybe next year will be finally the year that things will work out, and I do feel like that could very well be the case, that 2025 is finally going to be the year where everything falls into place. Yeah, I know, it's you just got to stay positive in it. How are you doing, Mark? I hope you're well. I'm not really going to be doing much of the training tonight because I'm just kind of drained at feeling. I mean, I could probably do some bits, but I'm definitely not going to be doing a full session, that's for sure. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm trying to do. Like, I think one of the things is to not let all these negative comments and things get to me. Things that are out of my control, just to not let it get to me, because again, it's not in our control, so just don't even think about it. Don't even give it any attention. It's not worth it. Just focus on your own progress. Fuck everybody else. Usually they're just jealous anyway. Just use it as motivation. It's like, yeah, fuck these people. You know, I'm just gonna. All it's gonna do is make me more motivated to prove them motherfuckers wrong. But yeah, you've got to obviously give your body a chance to recover when you're going really hard for days, and it's like your body needs time to kind of slow down and to build up, because it's actually not when we're training that we're building muscle, it's when we're resting. I mean, you can do what's called active rest days. Well, what do you mean active rest days? You're either resting or you're active. Because even by walking, you're still using your muscles. It's like, wait, there's no such thing as an active rest day. But you could do what they call an active rest day. I would call it an active recovery day. It's probably a better way to put it. Well, you're still active. You could still do a bit of cardio, maybe just walk around, just kind of, as long as you're not going super hard. And it can actually be a good thing to do that, because you're increasing blood supply to different parts of your body, and helps to reduce recovery. So yeah, it's just try to just maybe do a little bit of something, because you might find that you might have some kind of soreness in your muscles, and then you start moving, and then a few hours later and you're feeling all right, because it can help to it can also help to get rid of all the metabolic waste out of your body, like your lactic acid and other metabolic byproducts that shouldn't be in there. So moving around a little bit can be good for that, but it's about finding the balance. I don't think we should ever have a day where we're just doing nothing. Some people will just use rest day as an excuse to just do nothing, and I think that is kind of dumb, really. If anything, that's just going to make things worse. You're probably just going to end up feeling kind of stiff, feeling kind of sore and just kind of groggy. So I think it's good to have some kind of activity even on a so-called rest day. We're meant to be moving. We're not meant to be just sat around for a whole day doing nothing. it's only in modern times that we've been able to do that. So yeah, can we get the likes up in here, please? We've got 6 people and 1 like. I mean, yeah. Or I was thinking maybe I could come on here for a little bit and then come back on at midnight, or maybe I could come back on and do I could come on just before midnight or something, and then do like the countdown or something. I could do that. I can't stand sitting around, need to keep moving. Yeah, it just gets quite kind of like, I've got to a point where it's like, I need to be doing something. I used to be fine with like, I used to be the complete opposite. I remember like when I was a kid, I'd just be kind of like, laid up in bed a lot and kind of just playing video games on all day, not really doing anything. Sometimes even just lie in my bed and just like listen to the radio or some shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? Being so lazy, really. But yeah, nowadays they'll call that bed rotting, but it's not really good for you, is it? All it's going to do is just shut down your mitochondria, make you just like become, it can even make you depressed if you do that over a prolonged period of time. And it's funny how people are calling it self-care when it's actually the complete opposite. True self-care is about kind of disciplining yourself, putting yourself through exercise, and even maybe even doing things like saunas. And I was actually listening to like Fitness Hutch. I think they were talking about it. Well, he reckons that saunas are better than ice baths. Some people go on about ice baths being really good for your mental health, but they might be good for certain people. But the issue is that is there really a net positive to it? Hello, Mark. Good to see you. So, is there a net positive to ice baths or cold showers? Because to put yourself through discomfort, to then have a little bit of, like a positive afterwards, then you've got to weigh it up, like, is it worth it? Is the trade-off worth it? But they say that, like, saunas are actually, like, really good, because, like 20 minutes of, like, heat or whatever, and that can get all kinds of benefits from it, like heat shock proteins. You've got what is it like, kind of like it does something to your like dopamine. I think it has similar benefits to like cold plunge, but I don't know, it's like with a sauna, I don't know if it's like because we can stay in it longer or something, and like, I don't know, I don't really know like anything so much about it, but I did watch some bits on like with like what Rhonda Patrick would say, and ice baths are good. I had one last year after I climbed the bridge in Sydney. Oh yeah. Some people say that there's a benefit to going from hot to cold, like very quickly, one after the other. I don't know if it's a good idea. Got to be careful when doing these things, especially if you've got like health problems pre-existing. But just obviously go to a doctor about that. Make sure that you don't do anything risky. Because there was that, what is it, Ziz, who was like this bodybuilder, and he was like known to be like on steroids, and he did a sauna in Thailand and he died. So it was probably I don't know if it was because of the sauna or whatever, but I think that probably played a part. But it was also the steroid use combined with his heart defect. So all these things were like a recipe for disaster. But I don't know, it's like some people say that these things, like these ice baths or saunas, work wonders, but you got to do what works for you. There isn't like one size fits all. Thank you very much, man. But there's no like one size fits all. You've got to find your kind of thing really. Hello, Susanna. Yeah, I'll have to look more into that methylene blue stuff, because the stuff that's been coming out about that is quite exciting. Some of the stuff on brain health and mitochondrial function and things like that, and that can possibly help. I've heard it can actually help with people like with ADHD. Yeah, so there's a lot of research that's been coming out on things that can help with immune system, and so if people have like a suppressed immune system, it might help to kind of bring it back up to like a normal level of immunity, like that you can take this stuff and it might help to reduce inflammation and all that, so to help like detox your cells and things like that. So definitely something worth looking into. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the toilet real quick, guys. I'll be back in a sec. Sorry about that. Hello, DLO. There's also my brother lives out in Australia, and he planned a brother and sister activity, and he came with me to get my NSW done. Oh, cool. Yeah. So, but yeah, something I've been looking into is like kind of like the couch surfing thing, but a free version of it, where basically people let you stay in their house for free for a short period while you're traveling around. So it's a way of doing the traveling on a budget. But yeah, that's a tip for anyone, and maybe something to look into. So if you want to go traveling, you could do that, but obviously make sure you go with one that's got good reviews and all that, and so there could be some dodgy people out there. So, but yeah. How we doing, people? I hope you're all well tonight. Hang on. Oh, hello, Athena. Yeah, happy New Year's Eve. Yeah, welcome in here. But it'd be nice if you say hi to me first, though. But yeah, yeah, I'm probably not going to be on too much longer, to be honest. Oh, thank you very much, Abby. Nice one. Let's celebrate the first super on the live stream. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, one good super deserves another. Yeah, just trying to stay positive. But yeah, thing is, sometimes when you're down, it's like it's all your fault, really. It's like you know what you need to do, but you just kind of just be a cop out and not do it. So you have to just hold yourself accountable, and that's something I need to do for the new year, is to hold myself accountable and be like, I can't be like complaining about things like, because I only have myself to blame if things don't go right. Yeah. Yeah. So what are your plans for next year, guys? Yeah, like I'm just feeling a bit like meh. Just I don't even feel sore or anything like that. It's just, I think if anything, it's more like your nervous system gets like kind of affected by this shit. It's like the soreness, you don't even really get sore after a while of like when you train hard and you keep doing it consistently, you don't really get that sore. It's more your nervous system takes a hit from all the heavy like lifting and whatever, even if you're just using bands or whatever. It's all that resistance, all that your brain trying to make your muscles work really hard, and it's like, yeah, exactly. That's something that, like I was saying before, like I don't really want to do like New Year's resolutions and anything like that. It's just I don't really want to. Yeah, I know they say that what is it? Energy flows where attention goes and all that, but you have to kind of just. I think it's good to focus on goals and stuff, but the best thing to do is to not put a time limit on it, because the universe doesn't work in like schedules. It's like, yeah, we might work to a schedule, but sometimes the universe has other plans. Sometimes it's going to take longer. Maybe it'll happen quicker. Who knows? But I don't like to say and be like, oh, what's your 5-year plan? What's your 10-year plan? I don't fucking have one. I don't have a fucking clue what's going to happen in that amount of time. It's kind of annoying when people be like, you know, talking about 5-year plans, 10-year plans, 20-year plans. It's like, you haven't got a fucking clue what's going to happen. You know, the longer you're trying to plan for, it would be like trying to kind of guess what the weather's going to be like in 10 years' time or something like that, you know. So I'm like, yeah, just kind of, it's good to have things in mind that want to work towards, but you also have to kind of keep an open mind that maybe in a year's time, your, you know, sort of desires might change, your priorities change, you want to focus on something else. We are in control of our own destiny. No one can tell us how to choose our destiny. My granddad told me that before he passed away. Oh really? Well, that was a good bit of wisdom from him. But yeah, it's like, you get these people who are like, oh, you should do this or that, or just go do a regular job. It's like, well, that's not for everybody. You know, some people just want to like work on their own terms. Some people just want to travel. Some people want to go like live in Southeast Asia and just become a, you know, like a personal trainer or something like that, or a life coach. It's like, if that's what you want to do, fucking go for it. Just set it up before you go, though. Probably not best not to go without an established following or anything, unless you've got a decent amount of money to give yourself a buffer. But yeah, just go with wherever your heart's telling you to go, because that's where you should be going. Don't, you know, listen to your heart, not listen to all these fucking know-it-alls who are like, it's like they say, don't take advice from people you don't want to be like. And, you know, so it's like, if you don't want to be broke, then why are you listening to someone who's fucking broke, who doesn't know what they're fucking talking about? So, oh, just get a 9-to-5 job or whatever. It's like, maybe that's something you could do as like a short-term thing, but for a lot of people it should just be a means to an end. Unless you're like going for like one of these kind of degrees or whatever where it's actually useful. But trying to like, hello Jake, how you doing? Hello Siraj, how you doing? But going for like one of these like, you know, they end up, so a lot of people end up with like DOS degrees, and then they end up with a normal job, plus they have all the debt to pay off. So if anything, the people in the trades are probably going to be better off than that. The ones that actually graft and work hard, but they oftentimes they're self-employed, so they're not actually in the whole 9-to-5 thing. They can do things on their own time, which gives you a bit more flexibility. You could just decide to take a week off whenever you want. If you're working for somebody else for your whole life, then you're always at their mercy, and you should never really be like that, I don't think. Unless you like that, then be my guest, but it's exactly what I say all the time. In fact, I told someone that last night. If I want to be where you are in life, then I'll take your advice. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you should be like looking at these people who are doing well in life and be like, okay, well, what have they done to get there? Of course, you have to look at like where have they come from, because you know, you might have someone who's like a fucking trust fund kid or whatever you call them, like these kids that become millionaires at like 10 years old or something because they have a mega rich family who's give them like handouts to help them to become entrepreneurs at a young age. So it's like, you can't take advice from them, or they've just luckily blown up on social media or something like that. You can't take advice from those people either, because they haven't got a fucking clue about life. It's best to look at the ones who started from nothing and had to slowly work their way up. It's probably going to be the best kind of people that you can take advice from, because they've done a lot of trial and error. They've had to kind of just figure things out as they go along and not just be like, fluke it. I think the problem is, if you fluke it in life, then what about when you lose it all? Oftentimes these people have no backup. They have no other skills to kind of fall back on. They're not smart with their money. They don't invest their money in things that can give them dividends, like stocks or anything like that. They don't have any financial literacy. So this is a problem when people end up it's like someone could win the lottery and then they don't know what to do. They haven't got any kind of, like, they could literally be making just off like £1 million lottery win. They could maybe like put into some stock and make like 100k per year for the rest of their life. That would mean like not blowing it all in one go. So if you're smart with your money, you can just like kind of like, yeah, drip feed that money, but it's going to be a lot better in the long run. you're going to be able to kind of like scale your assets over time and just like, but thing is that we shouldn't necessarily be trying to focus too much on asset accumulation, because at the end of the day, what is it really going to achieve? People focusing too much on material things rather than immaterial things like connections and your goals and things like that that aren't so tangible. Maybe like your knowledge and wisdom on things. Look at where those trust fund kids end up in life. They're miserable. Yeah, because if they started with it too good, then they've never had to like, they don't appreciate the grind. You know, if you've just been like landed with millions at a young age, then that is really bad for their character development. So one of the things is that going through the grit, the determination and hustle. I mean, of course, hustle culture is bad when it's extreme, but you know, learning to just like be determined. Not too bad, thank you, Siraj. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, people. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, they're just kind of like, sometimes they don't appreciate things. I think like, when you've been through some real like bad times, then the little things aren't going to faze you anymore. Once you start to actually see some progress, then the little things are just going to be like insignificant. But if you've been born into like where things have been too good, then what ends up happening is you end up being very irritated at small little inconveniences. Like, I don't know, maybe your laptop breaks or something, I don't know, some little inconvenience, because if you're not used to like having to have lots of inconvenience in your life, where you're struggling a lot, then you know, you're just mentally quite weak. So that's I think one of the things is that, building mental resilience through going through rough times. It's just chucking it down outside. So anyway. Yeah, I don't know, but I think I'm just gonna get off now. True, I grew up dirt poor. Sometimes we went without power and water till my mum was able to get the bill paid from the church. Oh, really? Well, it's good that they did that, you know. There is good people out there. Sometimes the world feels like a very dark and very hostile place, but there is good people out there. It's just knowing where to find them. But I'm gonna get off for a while. I might come back on towards midnight, so I'll see you all later. Bye.